What is up, everybody? I'm not even gonna do an intro. Usually I have like a little countdown thing. I'm not even gonna do the countdown thing. We got Aaron Nagler, as always, presented by the best gas station in the Midwest, Quick Trip. Big shout out to them because nobody would sponsor me, and then
Quick Trip came along. Dude, I love Quick Trip. Quick Trip is the bomb.com. There's zero doubt about it. One of the highlights of going back to Wisconsin when I visit my folks who live, in Appleton, 20 minutes south of Lambeau. They have a Quick Trip right by their house. And I frequent said Quick Trip quite a bit. So shout out to Quick Trip. That's good stuff.
Most definitely. So how have you been, man?
I've been all right. I'm ready for this freaking draft to get here, though. I'll tell you that. Like, this is the stretch. This is the worst. This 10-day, 2-week stretch before the draft. Because, they could have held the draft 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? There's zero doubt that every personnel group would have been ready. Brian Gutekunst and his guys would have been ready. But we just wait. We just wait for no reason other than the NFL just likes to drag it out as long as possible.
Yeah, I think that I'm like the one podcaster probably who hates the draft because I don't know anything about it.
Right.
I
know. Well, what's funny is I just had someone ask me, oh, no, it was Andy Herman yesterday. He was like, Aaron, you don't really like this part of the offseason, do you? Because of the draft. And I just, I don't mind the draft. I love the idea of new Packers players, right? The idea that we're going to get new blood, new talent. I'm all for that. But it's just this long stretch of conjecture and guesswork, and none of it means anything, and 20 different mock drafts from one person or whatever. It's just it goes way too long. It's way overwrought, and it's ridiculous because the teams that are picking first are usually almost always bad, and they're bad for a reason because they suck and they're bad franchises and they don't know what they're doing. The good franchises usually, much like the Packers, know what they're doing, so they have to wait. And they're at the end of the round. It's all the hype is about the top of the draft, where all the bad teams are. So, yeah, the draft is good, but not great.
For me, I have no idea, first of all, who most people are, because, when they're in college, unless they play for the Badgers, and even that I don't know a ton, which I love the Badgers. I just work every Saturday, so it's hard. I watch
Well, that's the other thing, though, right? Because you have a finite amount of time in your life, right? And you are clearly all in on the Packers, and you have a family, and you have a job. This is what I talk about with fans all the time. We're like, you don't watch college football? I'm like, yo, I got so many hours in a day, in a life to dedicate to the game of football. I am so all in on the Packers and the NFL. You think I got time to sit around on Saturday? Probably the one day when I can see my daughters in any kind of meaningful stretch. And I'm going to sit on the couch and watch the Badgers? Get out of town. And that's not anything against somebody who does or people who are all in on college football. But the thing about college football is people love the pageantry, right? People love the school aspect of it. Well, you get that with the Packers. The whole thing when you go and tailgate outside of Lambeau or whatever, people always talk about, it feels so collegiate. It feels like a small town. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I don't need college football. I'm already there.
Yeah, because my kids watch it a lot, so I'll watch it with them, but I don't know, dude. And I always tell people this: I have a big Wisconsin logo on the back of my truck.
Yes, you do.
So if
you have a big red sweatshirt too. I remember that.
So people think I know stuff, so I'll be pumping gas. And they're like, "Hey, how about
people think you know stuff?" That's great. Wait, I want to retweet this. Did you tweet this out?
Yeah, it automatically tweets when it.
Ramage, you better have tweeted this out so I can retweet it. I got to retweet the tweet. This is what Banky always gets mad at me when I don't retweet stuff. So, okay, there we go. See, there we go. Just had to be.
I appreciate you.
Gotta let the people know,
Yeah, for sure. No, but so people think I know stuff about the Badgers because I have a big Badger sticker on my truck, and they'll be like, "Hey, how about that young kid that they got at wide receiver?"
You're like, "Yeah, that young kid."
I go with it because I'm thinking we're going to be together about 3 minutes. I think I can lie to this guy for 3 minutes. I'm like, I'm like, he looks good. I'm excited. Yeah. No, I like the Badgers, but like I say, I don't have a lot of time. But even with the draft, first of all, before we move on, I want to congratulate. I even got a banner here. I don't have many. I made a banner just
banner time.
Pack-A-Day podcast on 1,000.
Look at Pack-A-Day. Hey, man, that is all Andy Herman. That is his baby. I mean, come on. How insane is that? 1,000. Corey and I can't even get up to, what are we at? I don't think we're at 300 for Packer transplants. And we've been doing this for like over 10 years. Andy Herman comes along. It's like, I'm going to do a podcast every day about the Packers. Like, okay, whatever, kid. You're insane. And now he's 1,000 into it. And it's going strong. It's phenomenal. It's great. It's amazing.
You know, because like Andy Herman, like I know him through social media. I obviously don't know him personally, but he doesn't seem like a big drinking guy. But doing a podcast every day seems like a very drinking idea, because I have these ideas when I get drunk.
I'm going to do a podcast every day.
I'm going to do it every day, like every single day. Because like I always have these ideas, like I'm going to go live and do a live show Monday through Thursday. And then like Monday comes and I'm like,
I don't want to do this. Wait, this is a little much. This is a lot of work.
Like during the season, I probably will, because there'll be a lot to talk about. But like during the offseason,
but wait a second, Matt. That's what separates you and I from the common fan and or idiot, as it may be. Because, you know, it's easy to do a podcast during the season, right? Yeah, everybody, there's tons to talk about. There's a game, there's stuff, like there's transactions, there's play on the field. There's all sorts of stuff to talk about. It takes a special breed of idiot, my friend, like yourself and myself, to do shows / content year round. Like that takes a special person. So kudos to you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm barely doing it though. Thanks to people like you.
But you're doing it every day, like literally every day. My feed is like, Matt's live again. Matt's over here. Matt's doing this thing. Matt's over here doing you're talking Packers history. You're doing live stuff every day. Like, come on, man. Give yourself some props. That's good.
I appreciate it. No, but that's what I'm saying about Pack a Day podcast. That's why it's so insanely, like, I know he's got a lot of great people that contribute.
Absolutely contribute, but he is the driving force. There's no doubt about it. Like that guy, it's funny. This is true. I talked to Perry Goldstein, who does Packs What She Said with us. We were having drinks a month ago or so. And I was like, you know, a Pack a Day is like amazing, and she contributes to that too. And she was like, oh yeah, Andy's so great. He like is on top of, like, he talks to us all the time, sends us emails all the time, blah, blah, blah. I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh, should I do more of that? And she's like, no. We all know who you are. Like, I don't send emails. I don't, like, if things are good, it's good. If something happens, if like somebody emails us about they're upset about something, or if they want to praise whatever person is contributing to Cheesehead TV, then I pass that on. But for the most part, I just kind of sit back. Like, Andy's very involved and like communicative, like in a great way. And I think I need to strive to be a little bit more like that, because that's what leadership is, right? But hey, you know, Andy is the man, and Pack a Day, 1,000 episodes. That's insanity. Look at you with the drop. All right.
I forgot I had that.
Got your soundboard up. I like it,
dude. I have the goofiest. I'm not gonna use any more sounds, but
no, it's good. I like it.
So okay, let me ask you about this, because I was told not to ask you about this.
Oh, I love it. Yes, please touch the third rail. Let's do it.
Okay. No, I didn't mean it. All right, maybe that stop. So what? I heard you. I don't want to talk about this a lot, but I want to ask you about it because I was told not to.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy. No, I think it was talked about enough, but I know that you made like a little ranty video, or I think it might have been part of your show, whatever it was.
Look, here's my thing. Yes, I was asked about it on Daily, and I kind of went off, and I put it on Twitter because, like, look, I love it for Aaron. I love that he did it. I love that it was a big success. I love that people loved it. I love that Jeopardy fans who love Aaron Rodgers got to see it. I love that Packers fans who probably haven't watched Jeopardy in 20 years revisited the show. I love it for everybody involved. I'm very happy for them. But Holy Mother Mary of God, am I sick about hearing of it? Like, we get it. He was on Jeopardy. Every sentient human being with a pulse is aware that Aaron Rodgers was on Jeopardy. Like, we don't need to hear about it again. We don't need to know about it. We don't need a recap of every freaking day he was on. Oh, today on Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers had this funny moment. Or today on Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers made this quip. I don't care. We all know. If I was interested, I would be watching. That's the thing for me. It's like, because it's Aaron Rodgers, this is no fault of Aaron's. Like, I understand. It's Aaron Rodgers. He moves the needle. I get it. But because it's Aaron Rodgers, we got to break down every appearance and every moment and every day. And oh my God, give me the bullet. Just put it in my brain because I'm so sick of it.
I know. I wanted to ask you about that because I love the rant you made on my show too. So it's a win-win. No, but
I'm just saying. I'm aware. Thanks, Coach. I know he's on Jeopardy.
I totally get what you're saying. No, but like back into like before I see these comments. First of all, I want to talk about this because I see these Trey Jordan love like this whole rumor thing that someone got a custodian saw a piece of paper, whatever. Dude,
you know that's all fake, right? You know that's all fake.
That is like I think the same rumor got started like 2 years ago about something else, about a schedule or something.
Right? Yeah, the schedule. It was the schedule. Yes, and those are all made up, people. That's all BS. Don't pay any attention to it. It is staged. It is literally made to troll you. That's all that is.
It is so like pre-draft when there's too much.
Oh yeah.
Because I always make fun of the media, saying the media is trying to make like big media trying to make stories. That's not the media.
Right.
That is Twitter, people. That's
exactly like Twitter people. You don't need to blame big media because people on the internet, just humans alone, will do the job for you. Like they will make stuff up that you don't even need to worry about because it's got like really yes. The Packers and the Patriots agreed to something and put it in some kind of NFL letterhead printed. Just happened to be peeking out. Like, come on, people. How dumb do you have to be?
Yeah, dude.
Come on. Let's rise above, people. Let's raise our intelligence level slightly. I'm not asking for a lot. Just slightly. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, dude. That, like, to me is hilarious. It's like, it's not funny on its own. It's funny when, like, I was arguing people on Facebook.
Oh, it's kind of funny on its own.
Yeah, it is. But like people like defend it because people will defend anything on Facebook. So
of course,
some like crap article that said you might be interested in this, and it showed that, and I said this is fake.
This is relevant to your interests.
So then what I do is
Facebook algorithm.
I troll that stuff every single time, and I'm not even trolling. Sometimes I just give my 2 cents.
See, that's what I gotta do more of because you're smart about that. Because like that's dumb, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna troll it, so you get like the content. And you get the engagement off of it. This Corey yells at me about this all the time because I'm like, that's stupid, and I don't do anything about it.
Yeah, you got to let it know.
You got to like lean into it,
and
that gets you the engagement. That's smart.
On Facebook, here's what it is too, because like you're verified, I'm verified on Facebook, so I'm pretty sure that your comments go to the top.
But to this exact point, we are both verified on Facebook. You have like 70,000 followers. I have like 6,000 followers. So, you have definitely learned. You're like the Jedi right here. You're Luke Skywalker, and I am merely like some young Padawan. That's what's going on right here.
You got me beat every single place else.
No, not true. You're bigger on Instagram. The only place I'm bigger is Twitter. You know this.
And YouTube.
Don't try to be modest, Ramage.
Hey,
I'm here simply for the signal boost, sir. That's all I'm here for. Love you. That's the only reason I'm here. That and Quick Trip. Hope they give me some love.
No, I appreciate that. No, but that's what it is. Like you're verified, so I think you go to the top of the comments so everyone sees it, and then people you're verified, so they might think some, so they just go to troll you, and then it just, dude. I have a comment today, which I wanted to ask you about, and it's not even like a joke. Oh, I gotta
do it.
So here's what I wrote. This was about. Hang on, am I doing this?
Oh, I saw your response to this. It was great.
This ain't the right one, but we'll get to that.
No.
This one. I said, because the Steelers re-signed Tomlin. So I just commented, franchises to their coach as a Steelers. Dude, I have like 300 comments. People telling me I'm an idiot. They're saying the Patriots. They're saying the Bengals. They're saying, but dude, like.
Yeah, okay, Matt, those are 12.
How do I take that, though?
But those are 12-year-olds. You know this. I mean, it's like, they've literally had, if Tomlin ends up serving out the entirety of this extension, they'll have had like 3 coaches in almost 60 years.
Yeah, because
you can talk about the Patriots and Belichick all you want, but like, hello, Pete Carroll was a coach there. Bill Parcells was a coach there. Like they've gone through some coaches. Like that's this is something that reminds me of some kid today when Adam Schefter put out that they were extending Tomlin. Literally the first tweet underneath it was some Browns fan going, ha ha, it's okay, we own him anyways. It's like, kid, you've lost way more games against Tomlin. Like, yes, your team has gotten better. You're still the freaking Browns. Like, let's slow down. They're like 6-37 against Tomlin or something like that. And it's like, that's my point. Like, so much of the internet is like viewed through the prism of, oh, I'm 12 and I have no life experience and I'm going to talk like I know something. All right, just slide back, kids.
And the thing with the Patriot fans, because I have a few friends who are Patriot fans, and if they're watching, they won't like this. But Patriot fans, dude, they're like they just need attention so much. Like if someone's not talking,
now more than ever. Now more than ever. Yes, correct.
It could be like anything, like that. When I was said, obviously the Steelers have had 3 coaches since 1969. They're like, yeah, what about Bill Belichick? Like, what about him? Like, yeah,
great coach, great job. Means nothing in this context, but great coach. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm talking about loyalty. Like, when were they going to fire Belichick? After his 3rd Super Bowl?
Right. Exactly.
Super Bowl? After like I don't think they ever missed.
Well, that's exactly the point, right? Because if these 12-year-olds would remember when Cowher couldn't get over the hump for the longest time, couldn't win it, couldn't get out of the AFC Championship game, blah 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 blah. There were like rumors every year that the Steelers were going to fire Bill Cowher, and they never did. They stuck with him, and then he won a Super Bowl. Yeah, and it's like, and then they moved on to Tomlin. But this idea that the Patriots stuck with Bill Belichick through this incredible age of winning with Tom Brady. Like, when were they gonna, like you said, like when are they gonna fire Bill Belichick exactly? Like, come on now.
He's the best coach in our era. I won't say ever.
Oh no.
Lombardi.
I know. Well, there's Lombardi. There's Paul Brown. There's a few. There's Shula. You got to give Shula props. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously in the conversation. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no question.
He's quite well, and I enjoy his press conferences. I like it. I feel like he's like the world's biggest troll.
100%. 1,000%. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I've been at the Super Bowl when he's been there and been at press conferences, and he's totally cool. He's fine. But like, it is a little ridiculous. He is a football coach. He's not, some government official or something. And I think he knows the absurdity of, the idea that he has to answer questions about the same thing day after day after day. And he plays off of that. It's fine. It's great. He's a smart guy. He's probably smarter than most people asking him questions. So yeah. I have no problem with Bill at all.
Yeah, me neither. All right. We're going to move on. We'll eventually talk about the Packers because I know people are probably, whenever I do this, I look at the comments, talk about the draft.
Oh, God, the draft. Yes, because nobody's talked about the draft on the internet for the last 3 months.
Dude, that's exactly what I said. I'll ask you some questions here, but I want to ask you this because I think this is a go. FanDuel tweet, Facebook, they put it out on social media. What is your favorite tradition in sports? And I posted this on my page.
I love it. I saw it. I love it so much. I mean, come on. How can you not love it? Well, it's funny, though, Matt, is that you and I both remember. We're both old enough to remember when that wasn't a tradition, when it was the other way around. Like, when we were growing up, it was all about Ditka's Bears beating the crap out of our Packers. Like, that was my whole childhood. So to live in this gilded age of it's just expected now, right? It's just kind of, we're supposed to beat the Bears. That's what we do. Yeah. I love that. My favorite tradition in sports, outside of the Lambeau Leap, obviously, is undoubtedly like tailgating at Lambeau. I mean, and that's trite and cliched and what you call it, whatever you will. But man, you go to lot 1 on a crisp autumn and or winter morning, you cannot beat it. You can't do it. Like, just that whole vibe. What's so great about it is the welcoming nature of Packers fans. And yes, you're going to get a bad apple every once in a billion kind of moons. But I've had so many friends who are fans of other teams come to Lambeau and be like absolutely bewildered at how friendly Packers fans are. And I love that. This is a true story. NFC Championship game, 2007, the insanely cold one where the Packers lost to the Giants, unfortunately. Friend of mine drove his car to Lambeau as a Giants fan, has Giants stickers, has a New York license plate, blah, 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 blah. Went, watched the game, obviously is elated. His team's going to the Super Bowl. After the game, he's walking back to his car and thinks, oh no, I've got Giants stickers. I've got a New York license plate. My car is going to be keyed. It's going to be total. It's going to be wrecked, whatever. Gets to his car, and literally in the frost of the back window is good luck at the Super Bowl.
That's
Packers fan. Like, that was it. Like, people were like, oh, it's clearly someone from New York, a Giants fan. Sucks that we lost, but here you go. Like, that's Lambeau, and that's why I love it so much. Like, tailgating, the vibe around Lambeau Field on game day, you cannot beat it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think I've never tailgated at Lot 1. I think I passed through, because usually when I go down there for a game,
Ramage, what?
I just stumble around.
What?
This season, I'll come hang out with
Matt, that is happening. We are doing we're not just doing Lot 1. We're doing Lot 1. We're doing a live stream. We're doing a pregame. We're doing all of it.
Oh,
you've never done Lot 1? What?
No, I don't think I think I probably ventured through at some point, but like I didn't know everyone like kind of like I do now from like Twitter that I know that.
Who are you? Who are you? I don't even know you, dude. Like, that's happening this year. That is happening.
See, I'm in now.
You are. You're in deep. You're in deep.
Yeah. No, but like I've been.
Me, Kyle Kuzno, we're gonna tear some stuff up. That's gonna happen.
Dude, I'm down with that.
That's what
I'll sleep on Corey's front yard.
Yeah, because you ain't sleeping at Corey's house. Even I don't get to sleep at Corey's house.
Oh, I'll just sleep.
That don't happen. But we'll pitch a tent. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll sleep on the outside of the fence if you.
It'll be fine. I'll be on Lombardi Avenue. It's good, man. It's all right. I'll wake up and go, "Hey, Corey, how are you?" It's good.
Yeah, but like, dude, going to game. Like, I can't wait to get to a game again. So,
God, right? Come on.
Dude, I have never been to more games since I started doing the social media stuff, because people are like, "Hey, I want to go to a game with you. I'll give you a free ticket." And I'm like, "All right, for sure. I'd love to do that." Dude, I made so many friends like that, people I still talk to, but I don't even need a free ticket. I mean, but it's nice to have them,
It's great to have them. The problem is now I have so many people who are like, "Let's hang out on game day." I'm like, I'm working.
Yeah, I don't
like
work.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, because we do live, we do the watch parties, whatever. It's like, God, I'd love to, but yeah, gotta get those streams,
I say yes. I say, yeah, dude. I've been in the front row 2019. I was in a little box thing. I'd never been up there before.
Look at you! Look at you! How sway!
It wasn't like the box. It was like the ones you'd buy. It wasn't like a private suite or nothing.
Oh no, of course not. Yeah. There with Aaron Rodgers or anything.
Yeah. I was sitting with. Anyway, I was up there with Mark.
Me and Mark said. I will say though. Oh, dude. So when I was on the beat, some of the best moments ever were when the Packers were like. What my first year on the beat was 2016 when they started 4-6. Dude, there's nothing like. Now this didn't happen at Lambeau, but like on the road, it would always be Mark sitting next to Ted and the Packers sucking on the field. And the media, we were sat like right in front of them. And it was hilarious. Like, it'd be like they're down 21-10 or something like that. And Rodgers would throw complete and they would get like 3 yards on a first down. And Ted would be like, okay, there we go. And I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine watching the game next to your boss who is like, your job is to make sure we win football games. And right now we freaking suck. Like,
dude, that is weird.
Like, whole thing is just bizarre to me.
Yeah, that is weird that the media would be that close, because like
they're right on top of you. They're right on top of you.
They can't really say their real true thoughts.
No, at all. The worst. I'll tell you who was the most demonstrative and like explosive was Elliott Wolf. Like, not even close. Like, everybody, Elliott would, if they got down by 10 points and then say had like a bad run on offense, he would get up and just like he'd slam his chair. He'd start pacing. He was a lot like his dad, because like obviously I was never in the press box with Ron Wolf, but everything I've heard about Ron Wolf is he swore like a sailor, was really loud, and like Elliott was definitely a chip off the old block because he got so upset he had to walk. And I used to tease him about it. I'm like, yeah, saw you had to get up there for. He's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, it's all good. But yeah, no, it's weird because there's the whole kind of slew. It's like Murphy, Gutekunst, all their top lieutenants, like John Eric Sullivan, all those guys. There's like a row of media, another row of media, and then it's all Packers personnel on the road. Now in Lambeau, they have their own spot, but yeah, on the road, you're right on top of each other.
Yeah, that makes sense on the road. They're like, we don't care. They're just some spots.
Yeah, no, the opposing team, the home team, they don't care. They want you all to be like stuck together like swine. They don't give a crap,
So
That's how it is.
Is there ever like I don't want you to break some code of silence here, but
there's no code of silence, sir. I'm on Cheesehead TV now. I love it.
Oh,
the worst part about being on the beat was like trying to be like correct, politically correct. Now I don't have to be, so it's great.
So like I'm wondering, like, when you're up there and like Mark Murphy said, "Oh, this player really sucks today." Is there like a code like you guys don't repeat that?
To clear something up right away, Mark would never say that out loud, but Mark has definitely been demonstrative, like cheering or maybe not despondent. He's, to Mark's eternal credit, and I could never do this. Mark is like got a great poker face as far as when things go bad, he's not vocal about it. Like Ted was vocal about it, surprisingly. Brian can get vocal about it, but Mark was always very, very like still. But if something were to be said, for the most part, that's all kind of, the gentleman's agreement, if you will, is that, it stays in the room. However, there are moments that possibly might transcend like the need to honor that agreement. My favorite ever is when Alonzo Highsmith absolutely blew his stack after in 2014, the NFC Championship game. This was something that was kind of hush hush, but now it's like enough time has passed, like we all know it. Brandon Bostic going up and screwing up that onside kick. Highsmith absolutely blew up at Ted because Highsmith had said all year long, we need to cut him. He's mentally weak. He's going to cost us. And then he did. And Alonzo absolutely lost his mind. And I only know that story because a friend of mine works for Sirius FM and XM and was kind of in the earshot of it. And a lot of people saw it. And at first I was like, oh, come on. But I've talked to enough people who know that they saw it. It's true, including a scout for the Packers. That's the kind of thing where over time you're like, okay, this happened and this is fact, and you're not going to like betray some trust by saying it. But at the time, I remember I wrote it for Cheesehead TV and I was like, a senior personnel executive, blah, 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 because, you're not supposed to say who it is. It's very emotional. It's very in the moment. And it's their livelihood. For us, it's a pastime. Like as much as you and I are both in on the Packers and as obsessive as Packers fans are and can be, we still get to turn off the TV. We still get to shut off Twitter or whatever and go on with our lives. Whereas everyone working at 1265 Lombardi, that is literally their life. Like they are paying their rent with it. So that to me is the difference, right? Where there comes a point where, okay, now I'm going to step back and let the professionals take over, so to speak.
Yeah. So I forgot where I was going with that. My mind just went poo-poo. But I said poo-poo.
Ramage, all that matters. Hey, if that ever happens again, just turn around. Just turn around. Look at the whiteboard.
Bears still suck. We can go.
That's all. What else do you need? If you never ever did anything ever again, content-wise, if you just every day tweeted out, put out some kind of content that said the Bears still suck, you'd be winning.
Dude, it is funny how anybody makes a meme about the Bears sucking, I get tagged in it, and I love it. People tag me.
It is very your brand at this point. No
yeah, like everybody, like some people will make a video and they'll tag me. Like, dude, I didn't. Like I try to tell people because I had someone say that's funny that you started. I'm like, I did not even almost. I wasn't even barely born. Like in the 80s, I remember my family saying Bears suck. It's a little different now.
I remember what's funny is like you remember like it kind of evolved and it was a chant at Lambeau, right? The Bears still suck, and then the song got made. I know it's on YouTube, whatever. I remember Corey and I used to have wars with like Jason Wilde.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
Because he used to be like, oh, this is so inappropriate. Like, dude, it's fun. It's football. Get the stick out of your butt. Come on. Like, right? Like literally they're giving each other CTE on the field, but God forbid we say the Bears still suck. Like, come on. At some point, it's a friendly rivalry. And look, the Packers don't exist without Papa Bear. That's the Chicago kind of ace, right? It's like, look, you guys can sing and chant the Bears still suck all you want. But without Papa Bear, without George Halas, the Packers probably fold or at least move. Yep. So that's their ace. So it's fine. We're having fun. It's no big deal.
They don't use that enough because if I was,
I know, dude. If I was a Bears fan, oh my God, that's all I would do. Are you kidding me? All I would do is like, oh, are you having fun with your little song? That's adorable. Because if without us, you wouldn't be here. Like, but none of them do.
No,
they're all like Mitch Trubisky should have been great. That's their comeback usually. I don't know.
It is. So over, I'm checking out some comments here. We talked about the Jordan Love situation. I don't. First of all, the rumors.
Can I just say? Okay, the rumors about Jordan Love are hilarious, but I literally got an email today, like a couple hours ago, taking me to task for my, I guess, defending last year's draft, apologizing for it, none of which I've done, but like so irate, so upset at the drafting of Jordan Love. And as I tweeted out, that was the reason I tweeted out the tweet that you referenced, that you retweeted about the dude going, Rodgers, the only place he's going to take you is the toilet bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And Favre's going to take you to the Super Bowl. It's like the difference between myself and yourself and, a couple other learned Packers fans and the great unwashed is they're so convinced that Jordan Love is this monster mistake. Myself, and I suspect yourself, we're completely content in the knowledge that we don't know. Yeah. He could be great. He could be terrible. I'm comfortable enough in my own skin to say, I don't know, dude. Great. I'm really anxious to find out, though. I know the Packers felt strongly about it. So strongly that they traded up to get him. I'm all for it. But some Packers fans are so miserable. Oh, Jordan Love, he's going to be terrible. Why are we doing this? Like, because the best time to look for a quarterback is when you don't need one. I'm all for it. Let Rodgers keep winning MVPs. Make the decision difficult. But they got a quarterback. I'm all in.
Yeah, dude. That's exactly what I say. But I have no idea what I have no idea what anyone's going to be.
Oh, no, nobody does.
Yeah.
Anyone who says they do is lying.
Yeah. But you don't want to be the Vikings and overpay for a guy like Kirk Cousins or
the Bears. Hello,
dude.
Do you want to be signing Andy freaking Dalton in the offseason?
And what they were trying to give away to get Russell Wilson or allegedly
everything, right? Yeah.
They were offering up cars.
Although I do love that they were giving up Fuller and Akeem Hicks, two guys who they were probably going to cut or move anyway.
Yeah,
that's so Bears. That's so Ryan Pace.
That's like some Madden stuff.
Exactly.
You start.
Here's some guys I'm going to cut anyway. Why don't you take them and give me a premier quarterback?
Yeah, you're like, I'll take this 98 overall. I'll give you 3 picks.
Exactly. Hey, whoa. Wait a second. Do you play Madden?
I'm good. I'm getting back into it. I just got.
Do you play online?
Not yet. I'm going to.
Am I gonna have to whoop your butt?
Dude, I would get spanked so hard. But I want to.
Yes, you would.
I haven't played in 10 years.
See, this is what Hodkowitz says too. It's I haven't played in a long time. All right.
No, I
take this whooping like a man.
No, first of all, if I get whooped, especially if we're streaming and people are enjoying it, I care because I'm competitive. I'm not gonna be
yeah, I hear you.
But I'm not gonna cuss you out and try to find you.
You should though. You absolutely should.
I'll start trolling you.
Dude, I cuss everybody online. The worst invention ever is the headset with a mic. Because holy cow. Because I'm just saying there should be equitable. If your guy magically catches some ball 35 yards downfield, draped in coverage, but my guy wide open drops it, okay, come on now, dude. The worst is, though, people who don't play football, they just play Madden. Those are the worst humans on earth. I'm all for, game planning or getting the advantage because you have a better guy or whatever. But like, these people who like play some version of arcade football, that's I got no time for that. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like, I remember, like, when I played Madden, like, I thought I was good. I was like, "I'm pretty good," I play a
I
lot.
thought it
Like,
was
I
good.
went Audible. I remember Audible and, like, my son was young then, so he'd ask me a lot of questions about football.
Right.
He's like, "What'd you do there?" I'm like, I hit triangle down."
I don't know.
Like, I think I'm impressed now, but I'm pretty sure other stuff happened. Like, I don't know, but,
Right.
never worked, but I feel like I'm doing something,
Right.
One of the last times I played, 'cause I didn't play online a lot. I was playing
Right.
online, and I was
Oh,
beating
that's the war. Go play
Yeah.
online. That's the war right there.
Oh, I was like, I'm beating this dude like 35-0. I forget the exact score. I'm beating him like
Right.
35-0 or something. At halftime, I'm like, wow, I'm really good at Madden. I'm playing online and I'm winning. This dude
Right.
ended up beating me like 52-35. Like either he handed
Oh,
the controller.
they're out there, dude. Those people, they're out. Those players who like get your game plan are like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing, and then they just adjust and like
Yeah, I
destroy
think
you.
I felt
They're
like
out
he
there.
was playing with me. Like he was like, this
Yep.
is so unentertaining to me. I'm gonna let this guy get a big lead and then see if I can still beat him. And
There are definitely those guys out
then
there.
at the end, because we weren't talking the whole game, but I had the headset on, he was like, yeah, that's why I thought, little punk. And I was
know, right?
10 years
See,
old.
Madden, I can totally hold my own on Madden. There's no doubt about that. But FIFA, holy, that's me. Like FIFA, I have like 13-year-old boys in Portugal kicking my butt. Like who just talk untold amounts of junk in some foreign language. You're like, and like they just
No idea what.
6-0, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
I used to play a lot of poker, like it was free or whatever, but you just sit around and talk to people. It was fun.
Right. No, online gaming is a great time, but like, there's some jerks out there. That's all I gotta say. I'm not one of them though.
What do you play on?
Xbox. I'm all Xbox. And Xbox. I know. I'll tell you what. This is Tom Grossi, another YouTuber, and we had a matchup last year, and then we were supposed to have another one this year, but then COVID happened. But that will happen again. He actually came into the studio and played, but his whole thing was like, "Oh, I'm used to the PlayStation." It's like, okay, whatever. So next time I'll go on the PlayStation. I'll kick your butt, Tom Grossi. It's fine. But yes, I'm fully Xbox.
All right, yeah, because I have an Xbox. Well, my kid does, but I can just snag it.
Yeah, well, there you go. So practice up, kid, and you and I will play. That'll happen.
All right.
We'll put it on Twitch, like the kids do.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't expect, dude. I used to just quick slants,
Hey, man, quick slants. You can live on quick slants.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, Mike McCarthy did it for years. It's all right.
Actually, I was going to mention before because that was one of the reasons I brought that up about getting back into football here a little bit,
Right.
but about Tomlin like being extended and like them having only 3 coaches in forever. But like with McCarthy, like that wasn't going to work. Like that's why, because I was arguing with someone about it, but I was like, that's not how it should be. Like you shouldn't just keep a coach just so you can say, well, we only had 3 coaches.
No, of course not. Of course not. That's not the end goal, right? But it's the idea. What I love about Pittsburgh and the Rooney family and the idea that they have only had those 3 coaches is the continuity is so important in the NFL, especially in the offensive side of the ball. And I know Tomlin's a defensive coach, but this idea that the program stays the same, and where Tomlin and other coaches have seemingly done a better job than Mike in Green Bay is they haven't had their quarterback hate them. Now, you can say whatever you want to say about Rodgers and Mike and the way they fell apart, but that was always destined to fail once, Aaron decided that Mike was a buffoon / idiot and it was time for him to go. Like, you can talk about, okay, the players around them, the defensive coordinator, or what have you, but as soon as that relationship went sour, it was over. That was obvious. Tomlin and Roethlisberger, obviously Big Ben has had his time in Pittsburgh, and there's been touch and go as far as whether he's going to retire, whether he's going to come back, etc. But he doesn't hate Tomlin, right? Like you don't have to look much further than New Orleans. Like people talking about, Aaron Rodgers, the Packers wasted his prime. Well, the Saints never get that for Drew Brees. They've literally won the same amount of Super Bowls. The Packers have been in way more NFC Championship games, but for some reason, it's this stigma for the Packers. Well, Drew Brees didn't hate Sean Payton. It's pretty clear, pretty obvious, and I'm not putting this on like it's not Aaron's fault. I don't want to make it sound like that, but that is clearly like I thought Ryan Grant put it perfectly in that Ty Dunn article years ago in Bleacher Report. It's like at some point, Mike McCarthy, Tom Clements, they helped create Aaron Rodgers, right? They molded him. It was like AI. It was like artificial intelligence. They kept building him up. And at some point, he looked around and went, wait a second. I'm the most important thing here. I know more than all of you. You all need to get out of the way. And you being Mike McCarthy. That's Ryan Grant saying that. That's not me. So at some point, it just hit that spot. That never happened in New Orleans. It didn't happen in other places. So, where the Packers are right now, new hot young coach and Matt LaFleur, brand new offense, Aaron Rodgers winning MVP. Everyone talks about Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh, MVP season. That didn't just happen. It didn't happen in 2019. It happened in 2020. You know why? Because a continuation of continuity. A system, quarterback, the head coach. That's what the Steelers have done, man. They've had a long, sustained run of success because they found a coach that worked and they stuck with it, even through the ups and downs. And I think the Packers try to do that with Mike, but at some point, if your franchise quarterback hates the head coach, you can't stick with them.
If anybody, if you don't get along with your boss, it's different in real life because if you need that job, what are you gonna do? He's a
well, it's different because
in
real life, quote unquote, if the boss and you don't get along, well, the boss probably makes more than you and can probably fire you.
Yeah.
At some point in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers is the face of the Packers.
Yeah.
Makes way more than Mike McCarthy. If the choice is between Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, that's an easy choice. You're firing Mike McCarthy. That's not even close. So that's where the idea of hierarchy or jobs or bosses, that goes out the window in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I think it's crazy important that a quarterback and the head coach, especially the offensive head coach, they have to get along. They can't not get along. No team, I don't think, has ever been.
And there can be tension. That's fine, but it can't be I hate you, because then it's over.
Yeah. Well, no. Going back to what you're talking about, the whole wasted his career thing, dude. I go back and forth with Viking fans all the time because I tell them, if the Packers wasted Aaron Rodgers' career, then the Vikings have wasted every single player's career that
they've ever had, ever in the history of their franchise. Dude, the Vikings are the absolute worst. We make fun of the Bears. We talk about how they suck, but I respect the Bears. Yo, the Vikings are the freaking worst. They are a plastic franchise. They are a soulless entity. They have no humanity about them whatsoever. They're literally owned by a real estate magnate from Jersey who was oh, I'd love to own an NFL team. Let me pick this squad in the Midwest, whatever. And we'll build this $100 billion stadium that kills birds. We'll steal our chant from some soccer team. They have nothing organic. They have nothing homegrown. They are a soulless franchise. The Bears, yeah, they suck, but I respect them. The Vikings shoot them into the moon. Not the sun. The sun isn't good enough for them. Into the moon. The dead of space. That's what the Vikings deserve.
Dude, I'm totally with you, dude. I love that spiel. I'm going to put that on my Instagram.
I'm just saying, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Dude, because they talk about how you wasted this player's career, that player. Dude, you had arguably one of the best running backs of all time, wherever you want to place Adrian Peterson.
You had Randy Moss, the greatest, most talented wide receiver ever to grace an NFL football field. I'm including Don Hudson. I'm including Jerry Rice. Randy Moss was one of the greatest players to ever grace a football field, and you didn't win nothing. Great job.
And they had Chris Carter on the other side. I mean, he was older.
On the other, who's a great player. And you had Dante Culpepper throwing up 1 billion yards a year. Like, you couldn't do it. You still choked. You still suck.
Yeah, dude. I tried to tell them, like, not to mention those 70s teams that whatever, but not even to mention that, but like the
Purple People Eaters. They've been to 4 Super Bowls. They lost them all. Come on now.
Yeah, it's just, dude, I can't say it. And I don't know. I can't.
The Bills of the 70s. Come on now.
And people always ask, why are you so light on the Lions? Because it's not nice. You know, if you go to the park and beat,
don't make fun of the afflicted. That's my philosophy with the Lions.
Yeah, like if you go, like, I don't play basketball, but if you go to the park and everyone's playing basketball and there's one guy that's always getting beat, never on the winning team, you don't gloat when you beat him.
You don't pick on him. You know,
give him water. He's thirsty.
Help him along. You don't make fun of the afflicted. That's my whole thing.
Yeah. So Lions fans, I take it easy on them, but so
you have to.
I don't think I have anything. I was going to ask you something. Who did you tick off lately? I think it was yesterday on Twitter. Weren't you ranting at somebody?
Everybody, every day. Wait, what? Who did I piss off now? Wait, what? I thought I've been good lately.
No, it was the other day. I was going to screenshot it and put it up here. I forgot. Someone was yelling at you. Oh, I think we might have covered that. I think that they were saying that you sugarcoat the questions, and you're like, I'm the one.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago. Oh, yeah. No, it was. I carry the water for the front office.
Yeah,
and the coaching staff. Never mind that both the coaching staff and the front office have both told me directly, you're one of the few people who asks us actually challenging questions, because that's what I do. And like, look, Matt knows, LaFleur knows, and we've talked about this. Like, love Matt. I'm all in on his hire. Love his tenure so far in Green Bay. But when stuff goes wrong, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to ask about it. After the NFC Championship game, I'm literally the only person who asked about the fact that they had 2 interceptions of Tom Brady in the fourth quarter and then went 3 and out both times afterwards off of 6 passing plays. Literally the only person who talked about it. Only person who asked about it. But I carry the water for the Packers. Like, look, I love the Packers. I root for them. I'm invested in their victories. I love when they do well. But it's a public trust, and I'm part of the public. And when they screw up and when they mess up and I think something's wrong, I'm going to ask about it. And now, like, the whole the idea of how I'm on those Zoom calls anyway is kind of insane to me. But I'm there, so I'm gonna ask about it.
I hear you asking questions when I listen to a few. I haven't listened to a bunch of press conferences because I do like that. Usually that drunk.
Because you have a life. You have a life, Matt. That's why you haven't listened to many press conferences. You have a life.
Yeah, that's exactly. Dude, I don't like. I'm not like every like Packer fan. Like a lot of them, they like love watch them. Like the news shows the highlights, and I figure if that's what they want me to see, that's.
And if there's something important, you'll see it.
Oh yeah, you guys post on Twitter. Like I don't.
Well, but that's the other thing. Like posting on Twitter. Like I asked Aaron about like leading up to. It was after the bye week, in the playoffs last year. I mentioned because I had gone back and watched the entire season again because I'm a total nerd. And one of the things that really struck me and stuck out was his hitting the check down, which is something he's not done a whole lot throughout his career, especially later. And I asked him about it. And that's something I put on Twitter. And all the football nerds loved it. But you can't lead the 6 o'clock news with that. You know what I mean? Like, any like regular Packer fan is going to be like, I don't care. Like, I want to see my guys in the end zone doing Lambeau leaps, and I want to have a beer, and I want to be happy. That's what being a Packers fan is. It's great. But myself, I'm a huge nerd, and that's what I wanted to ask him about. So that's where the great delineation happens, right? Between like the highlight or the headline and the granular stuff. And there's a place for both of it, and I'm all for it. But there's nothing wrong with the idea of I don't care about Aaron Rodgers hitting the check down. I just want them to win. Like, that's great. I'm all in. It's great.
Oh, yeah, because there's there's a lot of different types of people. No, but I want to ask about that because you talked about watching the season over again. I actually was talking to some, I don't know if it was Tyler, whoever, I forget who it was, but they were saying like how much film you watch. Like you watch like so much because I was thinking about this because I watch
Probably an unhealthy amount. That's
As-
what I'll say.
I watch you guys. I watch Andy Herman. Like I try
Right.
to watch as much. I don't watch the whole things, but I watch YouTube videos. And
Right.
I think it's like these guys are so good. And then when instead of Aaron Nagler watches so much film, like that's probably it. I don't watch any, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but like to me, okay, here's the thing, right? Because like especially as things have become more open and available, it's easy to watch, quote unquote, watch film. Like just to go back and watch games, dude. I used to buy Packers games on DVD off the internet. There's one guy, I remember his name, but like I used to go and buy, like when Mike Sherman was coach, I would buy seasons worth of DVDs. They were like literally like 4 DVDs for a game, like 1 DVD per quarter. That's where we were at technology wise. But like, and I would go and they were just broadcast. It wasn't coach's film. It was just broadcast. Yeah. And I would go and I would break down every play, blah, 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 because I'm a hyper nerd. That's what I do. But now with the internet and NFL Game Pass, and it's so easy. I got coaches film. What I usually do during the season, game ends, I do everything for Cheesehead TV, blah, 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 blah. So on Monday, let's say it's a Sunday game, right? Monday, I wake up and I will rewatch the broadcast via the Game Pass, which is but I'll watch the condensed version, which is just play. There's no replays, it's just all the plays, right? Just to get a refeel, so to speak, of the game. And then I'll go and watch the coach's tape, which is a cut up of the coach's angle, all 22, from 2 spots for every single play. That takes a while, right? Yeah. And then I'll make notes about, like, usually when I'm watching the cut ups, the play, the condensed version, I'll make a note of like, why is this guy wide open, or what happened here with this? Why was this guy, why did this linebacker get through and make a tackle? Like, what are they? But so then when I watch the coach's tape, I can see, okay, this guy got free because XYZ, like this guy hit or missed a block or whatever. And then later in the week, I'll go back and watch the whole broadcast again, like all 3+ hours, because you see a lot of stuff on the broadcast. Like Rodgers and I have talked about this, but kind of back and forth on his pressers. Like the kind of access that you have now as a fan through the broadcast is absolutely insane. Especially this last year when there are no fans in the stands. Yeah. You can hear everything on the field, all the mics that the broadcasts have. Like you hear, okay, go check that, check Razor, like whatever, or MVS, come here, like whatever. Like you hear it all. It was incredible. But I go back and I watch and I look for reactions. I look for funny stuff because that's stuff for social, right? Like, oh, look at Aaron smiling here. Like he points at someone. Like, oh, we'll clip that, put it on Twitter, whatever. But I'll do that. So that's usually on Wednesday, and then I'll usually watch it again on Thursday and Friday, both days. And then get to the weekend and it's a new game. But that's during the season. In the off season, oh man, dude, I watch a Packer game every day of my life. Like I can't go a day without watching a complete game. And that's a broadcast of the game. That's maybe I'll have it in the background. Maybe there's a part that I am a little bit more interested in than a different part, but I have to have I have to watch a Packer game every single day. And thankfully for the internet, I can. And then again, it's the same way. And even if it's like a game back in 2019 or 2010 or whatever, oh, I see a big play. Oh, wait, why did that safety not rotate? So then I'll go and I'll look at the coach's tape and I'll go, oh, they're in cover 2, not cover 3, like I thought, blah, blah, blah. So yes, I am a tape junkie. I am a total nerd. I watch a lot of tape. I can't help it. It's who I am.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, it's good. That's why you know what the hell you're talking about.
That's why I have no life, Matt. That's what it is. That's why I have no life. Correct.
I watch some games every now. Sometimes I'm drinking. We'll throw on like a Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, I'll drink up and watch an old Favre game. Don't get me wrong. Come on now. Go watch some game where Favre throws 5 touchdowns versus the Bears on a bum ankle. That's good stuff,
dude.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, sometimes we'll just throw on the background. Or one night I did that. It was Super Bowl 45, and I started yelling about Charles Woodson. I made a video just hammered. And then he liked it. He liked the video of me.
Oh, nice.
Recording my TV, like, yeah, Charles Woodson, he's the GOAT, whatever. Just
That's
some.
great. Well, I'll tell you what. You know who is like amazing as far as like archival games is Banky with his house in Green Bay. He's got it literally not even like DVD, not even like a tape, whatever. It's all like on a server in his basement, and then he can literally. It's like 100, 200, 300 games, whatever. And he can like literally just call up and put on any time, not just hey, I'm going to bring up and watch this game. It's like he can put it on any of his 1,000 televisions throughout the house. Oh, I want to watch it on the foyer and as the sun goes down, or I want to watch it in the bar, or I want to watch it in my office. Like he can put it anywhere at any time. All of these hundreds of Packers games. It's pretty. He's got the game where the one I think last time I was there, he played the game where Yancey Thigpen dropped the ball in the end zone because he was at that game. But yeah, that's Banky. That's where he lives. That's how he works.
Dude, that's incredible.
Like, that's the dream, is what it is.
He lives the Packer dream.
Correct, sir. Yes, he does.
Joey said, which I know. He said, Nagler, you sound like a high school football coach.
Yep. No doubt. Hey, my dream job. Matt Bowen and I have talked about this so many times. Like, Bowen is living the dream. You talk about Banky living the dream. Bowen was like played in the NFL, highest peak. Now he makes content for ESPN and coaches high school football. That is the dream. It's something I'll never achieve. I would kill to coach high school football. That'd be amazing. I'd love that.
Yeah, I think it's funny because like watching my son play high school football, like I know the coaches. Actually, he's one of them.
What does he play? What position?
He was he's older now. He's done, but he was a defensive line and offensive line.
Nice.
But he was tight end for a little bit, but he was bigger, so they had to put him on line. We live in the.
He didn't have any hands. It's all right. You can say it. Okay.
So no, the funniest thing is, I think I told this story in the show before, but he caught the ball and as a tight end, he caught it and he's running down the. And I get up, I'm yelling, yeah, that's my boy. That's I'm all jacked. I'm like, yeah.
Oh no.
He's running. Someone came up and just blasted him.
No.
I just sat down real quietly, like, I don't even know that kid. No.
I will say that reminds me, like, my sister was an amazing soccer player. She still is. She still does kind of intramural stuff. But back in the day, she was the sweeper, right? Like last line of defense. And she was famous for like taking people out when they were like making a run. And my one of my proudest moments ever is like some girl was coming down the left side and she comes out and just takes her out. And some mother was like, that girl should be playing with the boys. She's too violent. I was like, that's my sister.
That's fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I could never do sports. So
family pride. Yeah. Oh, no. I was a terrible quarterback back in the day, but that was a long time ago.
I killed it at flag football, 6th grade. After that,
I have no doubt.
They handed me a helmet. I was like, nah, I'm good with that.
Hey, man, I was there. I was Pop Warner. I was like through sophomore year of high school, and then I was out.
I could never do it. No, it wouldn't have worked. I don't think that I would have made the team.
It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. It was no good.
Anyways, hey, I appreciate you joining me tonight, everyone.
Absolutely.
Check out Cheesehead TV. Obviously, everyone knows who you are, so I don't have to be like, hey, everyone.
No one has a clue who I am. They're like, who is this moron with Ramage tonight?
Yeah, Aaron Nagler, check out Cheesehead TV, Pack-A-Day Podcast, 1,000 episodes in. I appreciate it. Go Pack, go, baby!
Go Pack, go!